Breaking news on Least Political, and I'm your host, Andy Murray. We have some breaking news in regards to our indictment watch. Fox News and NBC, at least, if not more now, because everyone's picking this up, it just came out. I digress. News outlets are reporting that local New York State and federal law enforcement, along with security agencies, are preparing for a possibility that former President Donald Trump will be indicted as early as next week. You heard that right. There's movement, and people are meeting, people are talking about the possibility, and he could be indicted as early as next week, according to 5 senior officials familiar with the preparations. It's been reported that those agencies include NYPD, New York State Court officers, U.S. Secret Service, and the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, along with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Holy cow, you know it's a big job to indict a former president of the United States. It's never happened before. This is unprecedented. It really is. Please note that this is interagency conversations about precautionary logistics because as of yet, no charges have been filed. We don't even know if the grand jury officially voted yet, but it could have been yesterday, it could have been today, it could be Monday, according to Midas Touch, Karen Friedman Agnifilo. Hey, I think I got that right. This is in regards to paying Stormy Daniels not to divulge the brief tryst she had with then citizen Donald Trump in Las Vegas in 2006, mere months after Melania Trump had given birth to Trump's son. His lawyer at the time, Michael Cohen, pled guilty in 2018 to charges relating to the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels. Cohen maintains that Trump ordered him to pay the hush money and that it was for, quote, principal purposes of influencing, end quote, the U.S. presidential election. For Michael Cohen's role in all of this, and he pled guilty, there was no trial. He does claim that he pled guilty to some charges that they strong-armed him with, but he was not guilty of. And he writes all about all of that in his books. Revenge is one. And at the end, he spent 3 years behind bars, while the person that was physically intimate with Stormy Daniels lived in the White House. Then he was on house arrest. Cohen was later reimbursed the money he paid to Stormy Daniels with a personally signed check from Donald Trump. He's got them. Michael Cohen has the receipts for sure, and he is ready to testify if needed. Now, after that payment was made, reimbursement, the Trump company recorded this payment as legal fees. So this indictment would be all about felony falsifications of business records, although some of the charges might be misdemeanors. For Trump's part, he's been issuing statements claiming that the American people will not stand for this grave injustice. Trump dismisses the entire thing and refers to it as something like no affair, no attraction, horse-faced Daniels. And he's so casual about it. It's really crazy. The man really gets in front of audiences, televised everything, and talks about all his sins, claiming that they're fake. All his sins are hoax. That's all you have to do is do it and then claim it you didn't. And people evidently believe it. You shouldn't. Okay, to a certain extent, that audience must be in on the joke. What do you guys think? At least at this point, everyone must be really dubious of the reported bad behavior from Donald Trump being a hoax. When he says something just odious and offensive, it just affects no one, and that should not be the case. Ben Meiselas over at Midas Touch likes to talk about the old days, not so old that we can't remember them, days where misspelling of potato got a leader castigated, the entire country. The American public just could not understand how a man could misspell potato. And I do emphasize, because I can misspell me, you, them. I'm a terrible speller. I'm just frightful. Frightful's one I probably misspell. I am too big for, my vocabulary is too big for the britches that can write them, that's for sure. But these days, allegations of sexual misconduct, sex assault, rape, going to trial on these things, and all sorts of grifting. No one says a thing. Republicans don't say a thing. It's just offensive. It's a sad thing that's happened to our democracy in America. I mean, you hear him say it, so of course he's saying other horrible things. Well, apparently it's all going to go down next week with agencies getting ready to control the chaos. I expect we will hear explosive rants from Trump all weekend. Should we estimate how many truths he'll get done over the weekend? Friday night at 5 until midnight Sunday night. 120 is my guess. But stay tuned, because I'll be bringing you the things he's saying. So far, it's a bunch of American people will not stand for the injustice going on. Will not stand for it. This remains to be seen. And it's also one of the reasons these law enforcement agencies are coordinating to keep everyone safe, including people who may want to harm Trump or harm the people indicting Trump. We'll have to see. I hope someone got this to this point in my video. It's really been fun this week. Please subscribe, like, and ring the bell for future notices. Leave me a comment. No one's left me a comment yet. Bye-bye.